I owe you guys more expressions, so I decided to do this as last time I lost more than half of my footage. I haven't even drawn the happy face yet. So I did do that for one of my previous ones, but I'm gonna show you guys a happy expression to try. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little curve like so. It's gonna be like a nice winky smile with an open mouth. Cute, cute. And it's kind of similar to what I did in my other video, except she's gonna be nervous instead. So I just do that, and then I just add a little arch. So I do this arch shape very often when I draw because it just really helps me with making the eye shape, etc. So we're just gonna follow along like so. And then I just draw an oval. It actually does matter if it's a circle or an oval, by the way. It really heavily impacts how the character looks. So try to get this kind of shape if you can. But yeah, this is just a little rough example. We're just doing sketches here. Nothing is perfect. It's all for the practice. So let's just work on that. What I'm going to do next is a nose, simple dot. Really simple dot. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is create this little curve so it looks like she's smiling and then just expand it outwards from both sides. So now you know how I do another type of smile. And at times I like to add this little moon shape to the eyes. And it just looks so cute. See? So you can just add whatever you like to the eyes. I feel like you can add so much personality to a character just from the eyes. And I don't just mean the shape, it also depends what's inside of the eyes. So this is something which is worth practicing and doing your trials on, you know? So let's just focus on all of that. Also, the type of pen you use helps as well. So that gives you that texture. Eyelid folds all the way. I love doing eyelid folds. If I don't draw them, they look so weird. I've just made a habit. And then the eyebrows, because she is embarrassed, gonna be kind of sad. For more expressive characters, I like to do another line underneath the main one. It just helps to add some personality. And of course, highlights. You can use the eraser or you can just use a white pen and just chip off just a little bit of the eye like so. And add some little highlights here and there. There we go. So this is what she looks like so far. For the ears, do not take inspiration from me. I am not good with ears. So I just like to do 2 round shapes like this. I have a hit and miss with ears, honestly. So ears are not my specialty. But I don't know, it's fun to do. Only for me to just be like, delete. But yeah, sometimes I actually do get rid of the ears altogether because it just doesn't look good with the hair. Anyway. Yeah, the ears are not earring. Okay, anyway, I'll probably fix that. So I'm not drawing any hair, so just boldy. We love our bold. We love the bold. Here we go. And here's what she looks like so. And since she's embarrassed, just give her little lines like so. Nose highlight. Here we are. Our first boldy. Not first boldy. Our first emotion of the day or the video. And I do like to add a bit of a neck as well. And clothes. That's it. That's the first one. Okay, her ears are annoying me so much. Please bear with me. But if you've made it this far, I'm acting like this is so far into the video. If you have actually been able to draw this, props to you. I would love to hear how you guys are finding it. It's actually kind of like a little workout exercise, except I'm not paying. I'm not charging for it, and I don't want to. I just want everyone to succeed and do stuff. Okie dokie. So let's focus on the next emotion. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys how I do the head shape. I'm so sorry. I just do a circle, not an oval, kind of a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, but please aim for it to be a circle. It's harder with an oval, especially if you like to do round faces like me. So I like to vary it. And then I just add this little curve shape. It's very hard to explain, but hopefully you guys get the gist. So I'm kind of doing this shape. This looks like an S, but it's like I'm drawing a cup almost. Anyway, it's just focusing on that. It can take time to actually perfect it, so that's one of the cons about it, but it really does form this really lovely shape. Anyway, let's focus on the next emotion. So this one, I'm going to be drawing an angry face, but it's more of a comedic one. It's like, huh? Kind of one, like, what did you say? But yeah. So I'm going to draw 2 lines on either side. And then I'm going to draw, they're almost parallel. Yeah, they're basically parallel to each other. Except one is pointing a bit downwards and one is pointing more upwards. And that's it for the eyes, really. And then I just draw brows that are arched a bit down. And then some quick lines for the nose. And then for the mouth, it's like a block, just like so. You know what I mean? And if you want to add even more detail, sometimes just add a little iris, like so. So usually when I do this expression, I don't add the iris because it's just meant to be solid white. So I'm just going to do creases under the eyes. It just shows that anger in even more depth. And if you want to be even more smart, just add these kind of L-looking shapes to show the anger. But yeah, hopefully I'm explaining stuff. I just don't want to be like those tutorials that are like, oh, draw a circle, draw the features, you're done. You know? Yeah, it kind of bothers me that they're not connected like such. Anyway, bear with me. Okay, so on to the next emotion. So let's do a bit of a 3/4 angle. So work on a circle. It doesn't have to be slanted. I just did that because I had no stability right now. And I do this shape on one side and then I bring it up like so. I just basically drag it towards the direction I want the head to go. And that's how you create a 3/4 angle. Except I did it I didn't do it rounded enough because, the way I did it was more for an adult or like a teen style head. But anyway, let's do that. And then just draw on our next emotion. Oops. So let's focus on that. So we're going to draw our nice lines again, some flat-ish lines, and then kind of curve them. So you're basically creating the shape of the eye. And then what you want to do is draw 2 circles really close to the edge, almost like they're looking at each other, right? Then we draw the brows like such. And then it's like that. Just work on the mouth. So it's like an evil expression. And I usually like to add a little iris as such. So yeah, the nose and everything. It's quite ominous, so try to add as many of these wrinkles or textures under the eye as much as you can. That just creates that ominous vibe. And because I draw cute characters, she probably doesn't look that scary. But yeah, yeah. So like oops. Like such. And yeah, she's got a very massive head, but we respect all head shapes. And what we're gonna do is then bring it down like such. So her ear is meant to be somewhere here. And then just kind of connect it to the skull. But you guys get what I mean. It's not something you can just get immediately. Like sometimes I struggle with this. So if you have got it, even immediately, props to you. But yeah, you've got this, guys. Hopefully this is going well. And yeah, what often helps me is to shade the eye a little bit. It just adds a bit more dimension to it. She's just evil, 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 evil. And let's focus on something else. Let's do more of the goofy ones because I feel like these ones you can use more often. So I'm going to stay with the 3/4 angle. And focus on just trying to get the expression right. This one's disproportionately smaller than the other ones. Okay, so we're almost done. This could be the last one. Most likely is. For the last one, I know it's a quick video, sort of. I'm just going to do kind of like this airhead style closed eye. So what I like to do is like a zigzag like this, and then I just like to fill in the outside parts. It creates that shape for you, and that's what helps. Because if you do it straight like this, it's really hard to navigate through it. So try this zigzag shape first, like this, and then try to add the detail. It helps a lot. And another thing I would say is add to the mouth. So she's like this little blushing over the top style girl. But yeah, I was really hoping to make a video today. I do plan to do another story time. I'll see when I can and what to base it on because I struggle with that, believe it or not. And I just mostly felt guilty because I was meant to do another expressions set yesterday, but the footage, honestly, I was devastated. I was just not a fan of that at all. But anyway, at least I was able to make it up to you guys with some more emotions. Hopefully this helps. Let me know in the comments if these tutorials are helpful. I'm usually not a tutorial person, but I'm happy to help anyone if they need any sort of guidance with drawing. But yeah, I do feel like my drawings in this video are not my best, but I'm glad that I could still do this because it's not my worst, but I don't know. Maybe because I draw shoujo. But yeah, let's focus on all of that. Just trying to fix the head. Like so. So this kind of gives me that Total Honda vibe. So it's like the Total Honda airhead style smile. Also, if your character is just generally chilling in their own world, and even if some people are like, oh, this person is doomed in society, too dense, that's them. So yeah. I do feel like this was something that was fun to do. But yeah, I feel like these emotions are all based on something that you can definitely relate to as a person because they're just so goofy and so cute. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys with something. Because I had to make a video about expressions and I was able to do them. So I'm happy. Thank you for watching and peace out.